3 drivers, 2 races,
and a sprint race actually,
and 1 championship. Who wins it all? Find out today. And that's scientifically proven because I got the last race completely right, so. Qatar Grand Prix, I'm absolutely in for it, let's go. This is as exciting as the title has been this year. After Vegas, everything's just through the roof now. We'll talk about it later, but for now let's just get into Qatar. Qatar, beautiful country, beautiful people, with such celebrities such as, hold on, let me check. Qatar celebrities such as Hanin Al-Asifai and Akram Afif. I didn't even know there was many people that came from Qatar at all, to be honest. I've never met someone myself. What I do know is that F1 are racing there this weekend, which honestly, if you ask me, I kind of think having it a week after Las Vegas is kind of crazy, but I don't make the rules. That's a whole other topic to discuss. But the first time the F1 race here was in 2021, where the Australian Grand Prix couldn't take place due to COVID, I'm pretty sure, or them sort of regulations. So it's hosted in Qatar instead, but none other than the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton, winning. Let's just take a second to appreciate greatness. Alright, I don't really know how to explain it to you. I'm just show a photo. It's a very bendy track. Honestly, I hate driving it in F1, like I'm just terribly bad at it, but it does leave for decent races, such as last year. And if you don't know what happened last year, it actually involved all 3 of our title contenders now having specific moments within the week. The winner of last year's Grand Prix was Max Verstappen, who got a 1-place grid penalty because of snitch Russell hating on him, but overtook it straight away and won. Lando Norris was chasing him down in 2nd place until he got a 10-second stop-go penalty for speeding under a yellow flag, so you could drop down to like 10th place. He also could have won a sprint race, but he was kind enough to let Oscar Piastri through to win as payback for one of the last sprint races. Piastri also managed to end up on the podium that race, so it's safe to say all drivers that are in the championship run right now do pretty well at this track. And of course, this is the last sprint race of the year, with 33 points being up to grabs if you didn't know. Also, another side note, I don't get why so many people hate on sprint races. Like, is it not more entertaining to you lot? Like, you're telling me you'd rather watch 3 practices over a sprint qualifying and a sprint race as well? Like, I could go on all day, but I like sprint races. Okay, they could have made better choices for next year, but I digress. With 33 points up for grabs this weekend, it could literally change the whole title picture potentially. And just to keep you updated, after the McLaren Double DSQ last weekend in Vegas, Norris still leads by 24 points, with Verstappen and Piastri on exactly the same points. So in this weekend, we could have 2 real options. Either Norris wins and clinches the title this weekend, or either of them could potentially overtake him if he has an absolute stinker weekend. This weekend should be a banger. It's set up so perfectly. Verstappen's really in with a chance. And it could either get wrapped up this weekend, or it could just go to Abu Dhabi, which, I mean, I don't mind either, to be honest. I mean, McLaren has been slated to be very good at this track, which they've proved in the past couple of years. But Verstappen's good at every single track, besides Singapore, of course. So he's always in with a fighting chance. One interesting thing they've done for this year though is they've made a rule where tyres can only go for 25 laps at a time, which pretty much ensures that this race is going to be a 2-stop race. Due to the track and the heat, it just makes tyres degrade quick as hell here, so I think they did it for safety reasons, which, if you ask me, just let them race, and if that happens, but I mean, safety first, alright? Anyways, what do I think? Let's get into predictions. Will it go to Abu Dhabi? Will Lando win this weekend? I have the answers. Like me. Listen to my picks, bet on them, anything. Trust me, this is exactly what's going to happen. I have the script in my hands right now. Obviously, it's a sprint weekend, so more predictions, and we start with the sprint race. For sprint pole, I have none other than it's Max Verstappen. Obviously, he's a man on a mission this week, so I reckon it's just going to be fast as hell, which is also what I picked him for sprint win, followed by the 2 McLarens, which actually sort of resembles the 2023 podium. Besides the fact I think Norris will finish ahead of Piastri. Like, Piastri's been in bad form for the past how long now? Like, it feels like forever. So I don't expect him to just get better than Lando this weekend, but I reckon he'll be good. However, I think the rain race will give different results actually. As for pole, I've given Lando Norris, because I just think he's locked in. Like, look at the past few races. He's got his own storyline, just like Max does. I think he's locked the fuck in. Like, in my head, I feel like he's going to need the sprint race to, like, get the jitters off him. Then it's a main race where he performs. But as for the main race podium, we start with third place, where I have George Russell, Snitch Russell, Rat Russell. Like, I wonder if he's going to cry to the FIA to try and get a place back or a grid penalty for someone else on the grid. But as much as I hate him, like, I've got to admit, he's a good driver. I think he did alright here last year. I mean, no, he dropped 2 places right at the start. I remember he dropped 2 places at the start, so. But I think third's reasonable. Not good enough for the win, but a third place, I can see that happening. And in second place, I have, drumroll please, Max Verstappen. Look, I'm just going for what the script says, don't mind what I'm doing. I feel like he's going to put in a valiant effort this weekend, but too little too late, because I believe first place is going to be Lando Norris. Come on now. I feel like he's going to have like Eminem Lose Yourself playing in his head, like, you've got this one shot, you can't let it slip, and he's just going to perform the race of his life and win the championship. And I know, like, it kind of makes Abu Dhabi a bit more boring, but this weekend is going to be mega, I know that much. And for my bold predictions, I have one which I don't even feel like it's going to be that bold. I reckon one of the top 3 drivers in the championship will have some sort of incident or issue or like drama around this race. And to save my ass, this could be like a spin, a collision, a crash, a penalty. But what I really think it's going to be is I reckon that Lando's going to be ahead and they're going to ask Piastri to hold Verstappen up and he's going to refuse or something along them lines. Just something to, you know, stir the pot a little. Now saying, in these last 2 races, McLaren's whole friendship team dynamic could erupt because Piastri wants that title too, and if he sniffs the chance, he's going to go for it. I also predict that Fernando Alonso will finish in the top 6 this race. Not gonna lie, Aston Martin is a shaky car, like you never know where we're gonna end up. But I remember, was Hungary's best result? And I feel like this race is sort of similar. So I just feel like he's gonna smash it. And speaking of Aston Martin, the news just came out that Adrian Newey is now the new team principal. Which honestly, to me, like, I'm here to watch the races, but I know he's a smart guy. I know he has the vision. Is he potentially trying to cook too many things at once? I don't know. If they listen to what he says, I think Aston Martin are bound for success next year. I actually can't wait to predict next year's driver standings because it's a complete mix-up. Literally, who knows what's going to happen. And I'm going to predict P20 again, where I'm going to go for Ocon. As for reasoning, I've got no real reason. I just feel like it's a feeling in the air. Like Qatar air, I can just sense Ocon having an absolute stinker. Like DNFing, finishing dead last. Yeah, sorry mate. Alright, I'm going to predict a couple headlines for next week. And for this one, I don't really know how to word it. I think the best way I can put it is, does Norris deserve his title? I mean, obviously I predicted him to win, so I think he's going to win the title, but even so, as long as he don't have an absolute shocking weekend, he's going to be a nice, decent gap ahead. I just think it comes down to the amount of criticism Lando gets, and a lot of people talk about his season and the first half of it being not quite up to par, obviously seeing what Piastri done, and people would be questioning like, oh, is this the worst championship? Is this like the worst winner? All things like that, like sort of downplaying his achievement. Well, the way I look at it is McLaren's obviously the best car on the grid. They could still bottle it now, which would be a historical bottle job. But if Lando wins, like I predict, then he's clearly outdone Piastri this season, as much as it may seem like he was lacking the first half. But also, I'm actually more interested in the second headline, which goes to his teammate Oscar Piastri, and is this the biggest title bottle in recent memory? Okay, look, I know this could age terribly and he could still win it all, but out of the 3 drivers in contention, his form has been the worst. It's just not looking good for him, I'll be honest. Like, he was in first place a matter of 6 or 7 races ago, and now he's potentially about to end up in 3rd. But in all fairness, I'll cut him a little slack. This is still his 3rd season. I reckon he's only going to improve from here. I doubt he's going to let this happen again. But as far as this season goes, yeah, buddy, just Just go home, go back to Australia, prepare for next year. Cool, that's it. Cheers, mate. Like, subscribe, whatever. All of it. And shout out Lewis Hamilton, Qatar in 2021.
I'm fucking with crew. Get the bomb in that drink, he ain't know what to do. I ain't gon' lie, I fake kick shit like judo. I fake kick shit when she